With no memory of exactly how he got there, Marcus awakes completely wrapped in blankets head to toe.
What?
Directly beneath his table, it is absolutely impossible to move, and quite frankly, you're a little surprised you were able to breathe down there.
Why am I under the table? Hello? I can't move. Hello? My head feels like it's full of a pack of angry cats.
What a good night's sleep.
I wander in through the door.
Good morning.
Morning. By the by, it's kind of cold out there. I couldn't figure out how to turn off that fire that Kieran Marcus made, so it's just been going this whole time. You might want to maybe...
There's ice on the windows.
Yeah. Have you seen Kier or Marcus around?
Hello?
Marcus is metamorphizing
Hello?
under the table.
Marcus?
I have been trapped here against my will.
Marcus?
Hello?
I lean down and look under the table.
I am being swaddled by an unreal amount of blankets right now. Please help.
Okay. I don't know, actually. This is kind of funny. I just want to sit down and enjoy this for
I
a minute more.
swear to God.
All right, fine. No need to get uppity. I grab Marcus by the feet and pull him out from under the table.
Now, if you would be so kind as to unravel me.
Can you can't do it yourself?
I wiggle around a little bit.
Wow. Wow. It's almost pathetic.
I will burn all of these blankets to crisps.
Please don't. I grab one end of the blankets and kind of unroll you, sending you tumbling across the room.
Well, perhaps not the most graceful exit, but it'll do. Oh my God, my head. Full of cats.
Maybe drink some water? I don't know.
There's some water out back.
Oh, that's a good idea. Oh, good.
So, what's on the agenda for today?
Strategy. First of all.
Sure.
Guys, come
Marcus.
quick, I think Marcus is drowning himself.
Here,
Marcus, it's
he's
not
fine.
worth it!
Just donking my head.
I grab Marcus by the shoulders and shake him. It's going to be okay!
It's all right. I'm just trying to quell
You're
the
going
cats.
to be fine!
The cat's in my head.
I kick off my sandals and sit down at the edge of the pond. The fact that we're about to confront a god is beginning to settle upon me.
I know. Are you as excited as I am?
Excited isn't necessarily the word I would
hangover
use.
aside, obviously, I'm feeling a bit nauseous, but I think that's because of what must have been the massive quantity of alcohol that I drank last night.
You didn't drink that much.
Oh,
Well.
you say that, but looking at this bottle, it's nearly 3/4 gone, and well, I remember drinking a fair bit. I don't remember much else.
You poured out your heart to us.
Did
It was
I?
pretty nice.
Huh.
Yeah, you did. And that was before the drinking, too, right?
Yesterday is something of a greenish blur.
It's probably for
Huh.
the best. There were some bad parts to that.
It was
Were
got
there?
a little touchy-feely.
A little scary.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry about the touchy-feely.
Pretty much everyone here achieved flight. Now isn't that interesting?
Really?
The only one here who can't fly, I guess.
Here, come on, don't start the day off with this. Just sit down and let's talk strategy.
Yeah, Kier. We'll get you some wings somehow.
Somehow.
Everyone, cross your legs. Hold your hands to the sides at your knees.
I do so. Too hungover to know better.
And gaze into the pool. Envision strategy.
I sigh and do as Gregor instructs. It is somewhat calming, I must admit.
I narrow my eyes and frown at my own reflection.
Well, now that the strategy is done,
That wasn't the
let's
strategy.
go kill a god.
Listen, I don't know exactly what you think we're going to do when we get there, but I don't want to fly in blind. I want at least... I want to know something before we go in. I want some sort of contingency set up.
We know plenty of stuff.
Well, yes, we know a lot about the creature, but do we know what we are going to do whenever we're standing at the bottom of a mountain, looking the god of death in the eyes?
No, I figured that that's the sort of plan that would become apparent, as we approached it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yes,
Ash,
of course.
There was something.
Of course.
There was something I've been meaning to ask you. You're a bit more in tune with the spirit world than any of us. Would this god? Would you classify it as a spirit creature?
It's hard to say. What makes you ask this
I've
question?
been thinking and have just been concerned that even if we were able to vanquish it, it might simply reincarnate again, as we have 3-4 times now.
Does it have the same mysterious powers?
I do not believe so. From what I understand, the creature itself is acting... Imagine a bath, if you would. And imagine...
Look at the pool of water in
plug.
front of me.
Imagine...
I can see it in my
Good,
mind.
actually, Gregor. It's good. So imagine that this pool of water has a plug at the bottom. If I were to pull the plug out, all the water comes draining away. We are like the droplets of water. That creature is the plug.
And the drain is inexorable mortality, yes.
Yes. The creature has the ability to cease things from progressing into death. If we kill the creature itself, though it might reincarnate due to its nature as a spirit, I don't think it would be capable of reincarnating immediately. However...
Very well. I understand I'm a little bit apprehensive here. We're mostly going off of guesswork and secondhand stories.
Yes,
It
I know,
wor- it
which is
worries-
why I
it
wanted to
worries me.
gather around and talk this out before we jump in.
Absolutely. I believe it's time to share something that I found that I think once belonged to Kier's father. Certainly didn't belong to Kier. You're fine, buddy. From a little pouch in my cloak, I withdraw the sheet of paper with the special runic magic assembly on it. This is a selection of runes that I found in the basement of Kier's house, his father's wizardly workshop. It appears to be some sort of spell for killing a spirit creature and halting the cycle of reincarnation for that creature indefinitely.
And you didn't share this for what reason? Until now?
Well, you notice how you're getting all hostile, verging on yelly here?
I clear my throat. Apologies. It's unwarranted. You're sharing it now, I shouldn't be mad.
Yes, well, anyway, I decided that it might be a good idea to keep it under wraps. We had other things to deal with, and I figured that throwing that into the mix would really only complicate things. As we approached this battle, though, I figured it would likely be a good idea to share it with the rest of you. I've been unsure how to use it myself. Truthfully, I was meaning to use it to set poor Molman free, but we of course have more pressing matters at the moment.
Really miss the days where you could just kill things with a sword or something. Now you gotta use papers and books.
I glance at Gregor and then turn back to Marcus. As much as I realize that using that would be the easiest way to kill the creature, we're not using that spell.
It's not
It goes against...
It's not something I was planning on. Understand that this is not something that I wanted to open with. This is not something that I wanted to essentially make our plan, but I do want you all to realize that the option is there, and that if I deem it necessary, I won't hesitate to use it.
It's good strategy to have a backup plan if for some reason I'm not able to stab it in the brain.
Indeed.
Yes, I'd stare
Well,
at Marcus for a little bit longer.
Got 2 plans now. I say we
Ash, I can't stress enough how much of a backup plan this is.
we
Okay,
probably won't even need it.
Exactly.
I sharpened my glaive.
I'm putting a lot of trust in
It'll
you.
be fine.
But relieving to know that, Gregor. I'm putting a lot of trust in you, Marcus.
I understand. We'll try just about everything else, but if it is necessary, then I will be using it. This is a warning to you in general.
I appreciate the warning.
Yes.
Anyway, let's all take a deep breath. Stare into the pool and imagine me killing this horrible monster. In one fell swoop.
Just like that, Gregor.
A facsimile of Gregor killing the monster is painted in vibrant colors all over the surface of the pool.
I glance at Kier. Awfully quiet over there.
Oh, yeah. Wait, we're not meditating? I made a lot of personal breakthroughs here.
Would you care to share them, Kier?
Well, I realized that with death in its current state, it presents sort of a problem for the whole world. I mean, I was planning on keeping this elixir of immortality to myself. Now that I know that everyone can't die, I mean, it kind of defeats the purpose. Think about civilization being upended by the fact that old people just won't stay down.
Truly tragic.
I'm nodding my head vigorously.
Now I realize there may be a solution to this problem.
Oh?
We bury them really deep in the ground.
Great. Okay, now, Kier.
Yes?
Revelations as far as fighting or dealing with our current situation.
Oh, Death God thing? Oh, yeah, no, I suppose that's a more straightforward way of solving the old people not remaining dead issue. Yeah, no, if we stroll right up to the death shrine, I figure we beat down the death god, make it apologize, make it so old people can die again, and then we can all go on our merry way. Right? Am I right?
A fantastic plan, Kier. Fantastic plan. As much as I hate to say it, I feel like the best course of action right now is to approach and just see what turns out. How does one prepare to kill a god?
I suppose that a hearty breakfast is out of the question?
It's a good idea. Truth be told, I hadn't had much of an appetite.
I'm a little bit queasy myself. It might be best to just continue on our way.
I've been eating nothing but that trail mix Gregor's been giving me. That stuff's addictive.
Right? It's good for you.
It feels like
Sure.
As long as you
chewing
don't
on
stop
toast
eating
or
it.
something.
Okay. That's not a problem for me so far. Kier continues jamming trail mix in his mouth.
I scratched the back of my head. Well, Marcus, I've got some dried venison I brought along.
Oh, well, that should do nicely.
I got all this gross meat.
Alright.
I don't need it anymore.
Oh, thank you.
Wait,
thank you.
you don't
Kier.
eat it
I don't need it anymore. I got
Turn-
trail mix.
That's the
I
spirit.
think I'd prefer some of that venison if you have spares.
I pull some of the venison out from my pack, unwrap it, and kind of cut off a chunk and hand it to you.
Thank you kindly.
So, you guys seem pretty strong. I know Gregor's stronger than me, so that's two pretty tough guys here. How tough are you two? I haven't really seen you fight. You think you can take a death god? Do you think you're ready?
Honestly, I can't say. I suppose when it gets down to the thick of things, I might be able to take a death god.
Play idly with one of my horns. I suppose we'll have to see, won't we?
Yeah, it's no big. You guys died. Just come on back.
I dust off my hands and then stand up, put my sandals back on.
Finish my venison and do the same. Well, I suppose we should head out.
I agree.
Here we go. In a direction.
Gregor?
This one.
Gregor?
Yes. I'd like to fancy myself something of a cartography.
Never heard of that.
Make maps.
Oh.
Mostly for
I look at Ash.
mostly for personal use. They're pretty
I've been
good.
pronouncing it wrong this whole time.
I'm just clenching and unclenching my jaw.
I pat Ash on the shoulder.
And I can't even say anything, because if I do, then he's just gonna start pouting.
I won't deny that. Kira leads you around the island. Bridges splinter off, leading to separate mountainous islands. Finally leads you to a heavily wooded area. Okay, follow right along. He tilts his head, pointing down a bridge that's covered in a layer of moss and grass.
That's quite nice looking.
Yeah, no, this leads to the Shrine of the Weald. It's where the Fox King's mansion actually stands, amidst a lake full of lanterns.
The what?
The Fox King's mansion?
Indeed, he used to throw fantastic parties there well over 1,000 years ago.
Good God, what have we been doing this entire time?
We've been doing it wrong, whatever we've been doing.
Oh, you guys. No, we're going to the Death Shrine, where the Death God's shrine sits at the very top of a mountain of sadness.
Of course.
Yeah, I was just about to say it sure is nice.
Fox
Yeah.
King, I hardly knew thee.
Is he still alive, Kier?
If he is, he went elsewhere. Didn't really like it when the Grecians invaded. Kinda left in a huff.
I would imagine.
Understand they don't really like humans at their parties. They'd probably put an exception in for us, though. We're friend to the spirit folk, right?
You
Of
bet.
course, they would definitely put in an exception for us. I look at Gregor and Marcus and me.
And if not, you could just pretend.
As we walk along, I snap my fingers, and an imp rises from a miniature black vortex that whirls into existence just below my hand. I stroke its head idly.
The boards of the bridge crack and crumble as you step across it. Oh, it just does this normally. Just disregard that.
Great,
Stomp,
great.
stomp,
Well.
stomp.
Less stomping, please, Kier.
Hmm?
Less stomping.
I made these boots for a reason, Ash.
Those
Yeah,
are his
stomping
those are his
boots.
stomping boots, Ash. He's been over
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. Old
Many,
news,
many
Kier.
times. More times than I should really think necessary, here.
You clearly just don't understand that rocket-powered boots are a man's romance.
Here,
You keep saying
you
that.
never
Yes.
mentioned anything about those boots being rocket-powered. I look down at his boots. There are fuses sticking out of them.
He nods.
Rocket powered.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay.
So, like, you don't use them for jumping or anything? Or, like,
For what?
jumping? Oh, I see. I look
No.
at the boots. The rockets point...
The rockets point
Okay,
out. These
yes.
are his stomping boots.
Stomping
yes.
boots. Come
Stomping
on,
Yes.
were you even listening?
No, sorry, I thought... I don't know what I thought. I just don't know.
You wander onto the Death God's Island. There's a mixture of living trees, vibrant and green, and dead and dying trees. Kira takes a look around. Yeah, I was actually a little too skeeved out by this place to go any further than this. I hear it's actually sort of the boundary between life and death, which is why everything's so,
Yeah.
I'll whip out my notebook and scribble some stuff. Boundary between life and death, you say?
Man, with the notebooks?
Record the names on the gravestones. Are the gravestones legible?
some of them are, some of them aren't.
I take rubbings of the ones that I can.
Okay. Take a look around. Kira and Marcus peek out from behind a gravestone, seeing inky, shadowy figures. One is wrapped in a blue cloak, radiating power. So you see that too, right?
Yeah, definitely.
It's those things.
Yeah.
That's great.
Wonder what they're doing here.
Well, it is the Death God's Shrine. I figure the nastiest of these weird, gross, corrupted spirit folk things probably be hanging around.
Fantastic.
Well,
Yeah.
Of course it wouldn't. Of course we wouldn't just be able to stroll up into his house. Of course not.
wouldn't have it any other way.
Unless... Anyone got a plan? I don't have a plan. Anyone got a
Yep.
plan?
Here,
I can make a plan.
Here, you've got to stop beginning your sentences with "unless."
Oh, Gregor already took off.
And great.
Eager to taste the inky blood of battle, I leap forward, making a bounding assault on the black shadow in front of me. As I pass by, I swing my glaive, attempting to behead the creature.
Your glaive, as usual, slips through the creature as if it were a shadow.
Continuing my bounding assault, I come to rest by this rock. It's as if this thing was a shadow.
Yeah. You remember from when we fought them last time? Your glaive
Well,
wouldn't...
yeah, but I thought I was doing something. This time it's just...
Just keep at it. I'm sure it'll work. I step out from behind the bell and a green spark emanates outward from my hand. It jumps into thin air and vanishes. Gregor, however, feels a bit safer. He feels a presence watching over him.
Ugh. I get shivers up my spine. I feel like I'm being watched.
Yeah.
Probably just all of us peeking out from behind this gravestone.
Almost
Oh, yeah.
certainly.
It definitely is.
What are you guys doing back there?
We're observing!
We're gonna come and help you.
Okay.
The cloaked creature makes its move. It takes a step forward, swinging down a great pitch-black sword.
As the creature's blade comes hurtling towards Gregor, it seems to catch on something in midair. A spark flies off of it, and it twists in a way that doesn't quite seem natural. The blade barely scratches you.
Aha!
Nice dodging, Gregor. I shout.
I didn't even have to move.
The creatures whirl around, sensing the presence of magic.
I shrug and stand. Behold,
Uh,
is it his eye?
wow, Marcus, with the enthusiasm.
My head is still really hurting here, Ash.
Fine. I'll fix it up after this fight.
I'd appreciate that. Mustering up what little physical power I have, I cock my leg back and punt my imp, gibbering and screaming, towards the leader here. But before I do, I whisper into his ear, "Go for his jugular," or whatever looks like a jugular.
The imp flies spiraling through the air. One of the shadow creatures steps to the side, allowing the imp to pass. It connects with the cloaked figure, getting caught in the bizarre bluish energy swirling around it. The imp is whipped around, stretched, and fired out in pieces. Gregor is now covered in imp bits.
Oh.
Marcus, is this the same imp every time, or...?
I've seen more of your
what?
imps inside out than normal.
I can discuss the technicalities of my continued imp slaughter with you later if you wish.
I'm curious, I must
Take a
admit.
step out from behind the gravestone and summon another imp.
I glance at the imp.
This one has a mustache. It mutters some sort of question and cocks its head at Ash.
I just shake my head, a kind of almost pitying look on my face.
I cross
Almost.
my arms.
The two shadows make their move. One begins to chant, its mouth moving in silent parody of words. A blast of energy flies from its hand, connecting with Gregor.
With all the skill and cunning of someone who isn't really paying attention, Gregor takes the hit.
The magic digs into you, erasing the bits of imp all over you, and a little bit of yourself with it. You feel your life force draining away.
Oh, I should have been paying attention instead of wiping the imp bits away.
The other creature takes a step towards you fellows behind the gravestone. He as well begins to cast a similar magic.
Hey, watch out for that.
I was
With
already.
in silent exclamation, he lobs a blast of pure energy at you. Marcus and Ash barely manage to avoid the blast, taking only minor damage from it. Here, however, accepts the magic fully. You hear him cursing quietly beneath a blanket of corrupted flame.
All right in there, Kier?
Oh my god, I just got so many ideas for my campfire. Oh.
No! I won't allow it.
Kier stands up from behind the gravestone. Gregor!
Yeah?
You doing okay over there?
Just fine.
This stuff really hurts. I think I've got a countermeasure.
Love to see that.
He lobs a device at you.
I frantically search for a button to activate the device.
Don't press it yet! For the love of God, don't press it yet!
I drop it. Alright, these things are shadowy, inky things. I think I've got an idea.
Let's see it.
I stab myself through the heart with my glaive.
Gregor collapses, falling on his glaive. He sputters a few words before dying.
Ugh. Not gonna get used to that.